am Vendrahani Michael, BR211-60181. Our group will present about chorionic villus in placental shape. Chorionic villi are small finger-like projections that form on the outer surface of the chorion, which is the outermost membrane surrounding the embryo during pregnancy. The chorion is a part of the fetal placenta, which develops from the fertilized egg. Chorionic villi contain a rich network of blood vessels, and their primary function is to facilitate the exchange of nutrients, gases, and waste products between the mother and the developing fetus. They play a crucial role in the process of placental development and function. During pregnancy, chorionic villus sampling can be performed to obtain a sample of chorionic villi for diagnostic purpose. This procedure involves the removal of a small sample of the chorionic villi tissue, typically around the 10 to 12 week of pregnancy. The sample is then analyzed to detect genetic disorder or other abnormalities in the fetus. There are 4 variations of placental shape. First, discoid placenta. This shape is commonly found in primates, including humans. It is a disc-shaped structure that forms a circular or oval attachment with the uterine wall. The discoid placenta allows for efficient nutrient exchange between the mother and the fetus. Second, zonary placenta. This type of placenta is seen in carnivores such as dogs and cats. It forms a band or zone of attachment between the placenta and the uterine wall. The placenta surrounds the fetus like a belt, encircling a portion of the fetal membranes. The zonary placenta facilitates nutrient and waste exchange as the band widens during gestation. Third, cotyledonary placenta. Ruminants like cows, sheep, and goats have a cotyledonary placenta. It is characterized by numerous discrete cotyledons on the fetal side and corresponding caruncles on the maternal side. The cotyledons, which are button-like structure on the fetal side, fit into the caruncles on the maternal side. This arrangement creates a highly efficient exchange surface for nutrient and waste product. Fourth, diffuse placenta. Horses and pigs have a diffuse placenta. In this case, the placenta has a uniform distribution of numerous small villi over its entire surface. The villi directly contact the uterine wall, allowing for extensive contact and efficient exchange of nutrients and waste products throughout the placenta. Discoid placentation. Here are some characteristics of discoid placentas. First, the circular shape. Discoid placentas have a circular or oval shape resembling a flat disc. This shape is well suited to the uterus of primates, allowing for efficient attachment and contact with the uterine wall. Second, maternal-fetal interface. The discoid placenta forms a close interface between the maternal and fetal circulatory systems. Maternal blood is supplied to the placenta through maternal arteries, which branch into smaller vessels known as spiral arteries. These spiral arteries open into the intervillous space within the placenta. Third, villi structure. The fetal side of the discoid placenta is covered with numerous finger-like projections called chorionic villi. These villi contain fetal blood vessels that are surrounded by a layer of specialized cells. The villi increase the surface area available for exchange between maternal and fetal blood, facilitating the transfer of nutrients, oxygen, and waste products. Fourth, the attachment to the uterine wall. The discoid placenta attached to the uterine wall via specialized structure called placental cotyledons. These cotyledons are areas of increased vascularity and are responsible for anchoring the placenta securely to the uterus. The attachment provides stability and allows for the exchange of substance between the maternal and fetal blood supply. Fifth, the functional zone. Within the discoid placenta, there are different functional zones. The outermost layer, known as the basal plate, is in direct contact with the maternal uterine wall. The villus trees, which consists of chorionic villi, extend from the basal plate in the intervillous space. The intervillous space is filled with maternal blood and surrounds the villus trees. This arrangement facilitates the transfer of substance across the placental barrier.
And good morning. Today I want to explain to you all about the 3 types, which is the zonary, cotyledonary, and diffuse placenta. The first one is the zonary placentation. It is a type of placenta attachment in which the placenta forms a complete or incomplete ring around the fetus, and it is the most common type of placentation in carnivores such as dog, cats, seals, bear, and elephants. The zonary placentation, the choriolentoic membrane of the fetus attached to the endometrium of the uterus is circumferential band, and this band of tissue can be complete, forming a complete ring around the fetus, or it can be incomplete, forming a horseshoe-shaped bacteria. It is thought to be an adaptation to the large size of the fetus in this species. The ring of tissue provides a large surface area for the gas exchange and nutrient transfer, which is essential for the growth and development of the fetus. Zonary placentation is generally considered to be a normal and healthy type of placenta attachment. However, in some cases, it can be associated with complications such as preterm birth or low birth weight. Alright, for the second one is the cotyledonary placentation. It is a type of placenta found in ruminants such as cattle, sheep, goats, and deer. In this type of placenta, the chorionic villi are arranged in cluster called cotyledon. The cotyledon are distributed over the surface of chorionic sac, and each cotyledon is in contact with a maternal caruncle. The caruncles are specialized area of the endometrium that are highly vascularized, and the cotyledon and caruncles together form a functional unit called the placentum. The cotyledonary placenta is a highly efficient way of exchanging nutrient and oxygen between the mother and the fetus. The finger-like projection of chorionic villi provide a large surface area for the exchanging of gases and nutrient. The cotyledonary placenta is a type of hemocryal placenta, which means that the maternal and fetal blood are in direct contact with each other, and this type of placenta is more efficient at exchanging nutrient and oxygen than other type of placenta such as diffuse placenta. As you can see, there's an advantage and disadvantage of this type. The advantage is a highly efficient way of exchanging nutrient and oxygen, and it is relatively simple to form and resistant to infection. The disadvantage, it can be more difficult to deliver the placenta after birth, and it is more likely to be associated with complication. Alright, for the third one is the diffuse placentation. It is a type of placenta in which the chorionic villi are diffusely scattered over the entire surface of the chorion. The villi are small, finger-like projection that increase the surface area for gas and nutrient exchange between the mother and the fetus. Diffuse placentation is characterized by the following features, which is there are four. The first one is the villi are evenly distributed over the entire surface of the chorion. The second one is the villi are small and finger-like. The third one is the intervillous space is large, and the last one is the maternal blood flows freely through the intervillous space. And diffuse placentation is also a relatively safe type of placenta. The small size of the villi and the large intervillous space make it less likely for the villi to detach from the chorion, and this reduces the risk of complications such as premature separation of the placenta. And it is also a highly efficient way of exchanging gases and nutrients between the mother and the fetus. The large surface area of the villi and the free flow of maternal blood through the intervillous space allow for rapid and efficient diffusion of gases and nutrients. And that's all for me, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Miss and my fellow friends. Okay, next I will present about comparative analysis of the different placental shape. First, in terms of nutrient exchange, for discoid placenta, the discoid placenta is flat and in the shape of a disc. It has a large surface area for exchanging nutrient. This form lets a fairly high rate of nutrient transfer happen, so oxygen and nutrient can get to the fetus quickly. For zonary placenta, the zonary placenta wraps around the middle of the fetus like a band. Even though it may not have as much surface area as discoid placenta, it still allows for good exchange of nutrient even if it may be at a slightly slower rate. For cotyledonary placenta, the cotyledonary placenta is made up of a separate part called cotyledonary. Each part of the placenta called a cotyledon connect to a different part of the uterine wall. This arrangement makes it easy to share nutrient and can help the growth of more than one fetus. It strikes a balance between the amount of surface area and the safety of the structure. So next is in terms of attachment. Both of these shape, zonary placenta and cotyledonary placenta, both of these shape fits together in a certain way. The zonary placenta has an attachment zone that looks like a band, while the cotyledonary placenta has a cotyledon that are connected to specific area. This way of attaching give support and make sure that nutrient exchange happen regularly. In diffuse placenta, in a diffuse placenta, all of the placenta surface is in the close contact with the wall of the uterus. This way of attachment allows for a large contact area, which makes it easier for nutrient to be shared. Next is for fetal development. For discoid placenta. In animal, the discoid shape give the fetus enough surface area to grow and develop. It gives the fetus enough room to grow and develop, creating a healthy setting. The room for fetal next for zonary placenta. The room for fetal growth may be a little bit smaller in a zonary placenta than in a discoid placenta, but in most species with this type of placenta, it is enough for the growth of a single fetus. Next is cotyledonary placenta. This shape lets multiple fetus grow at the same time. Each cotyledon can support for the growth of a single fetus, but if there are not enough cotyledon for the amount of a fetus, there may not be enough room, which could affect fetal development. Okay, next slide is the evolutionary significance of this diverse placental shape. So, adaptation to environmental factors can affect the evolutionary. Placental shape have evolved in response to environmental factors such as habitat, diet, and reproductive strategies. For example, species with specialized diet may have placental adaptation to support specific nutrient requirement. Next, the next factor is reproductive strategy. Placental shape are influenced by species-specific reproductive strategies. For example, species with larger litter size may have placental shape that allows for efficient nutrient exchange and support multiple fetus. Example, cotyledonary placenta in the ruminant. Species with longer gestation period may have placental shape that provides sufficient space for prolonged fetal development. Example for like discoid placenta in animal too. Next is trade-off in evolutionary constraints. Evolutionary trade-off and constraint play a role in shaping placenta diversity. Different species face unique challenge and constraint leading to variation in placental shape. Example, trade-off between nutrient exchange, efficiency, and structural ability. Quaternary placenta. Constraint of available nutrient space influencing the size of the shape of the placenta. For conclusion, understanding the chorionic villi and the shape of the placenta is crucial in animal biology and reproduction. The finger-like chorionic villi play a vital role in exchange nutrient and gas between the mother and the developing fetus. By studying the shape and function, research can gain insight into the effectiveness of this essential system. That's all for me. Thank you.